All right, guys, we're going to try something a little different. Let me, recording high quality video, active track disabled. Okay, anyway. All right, there we go. Sorry. So we're going to try something a little different. You guys are going to ride in the passenger seat, and we're going to talk about my workout. So today, I got to do an afternoon lift, and it just feels like anytime I do an afternoon lift, I'm just stronger. So I wish I could consistently do it in the afternoon. It's just my work schedule and family life, it's just something that is hard to change up and be able to do it differently. But we will have more afternoon lifts as my work schedule has changed just a little bit. Got a couple early shifts per week now, so we'll be doing a couple afternoon lifts. So that's pretty cool, something exciting to look forward to. But anyway, so diet has been pretty on track today. Started the day with 2 Cliff Bars, and for lunch I had a 1-foot-long sub. It's 3:45 now, and my leg workout is just now complete. So I was pretty carved up, very hydrated, and the squats were interesting, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. So starting off my leg workout, I did hamstring curls, warmed up, of course, because we're starting a new muscle. The first working set was moderate weight after I sufficiently warmed up, of course. So moderate weight, focusing on the squeeze and the stretch, time under tension, and that mind-muscle connection, all the important aspects of a good set. Ended up doing 3 sets of 12, and in the spirit of having a hip hinge movement, which is highly recommended by everybody, and my lower back, for the most part, is cooperating, but we'll talk about that in a second. So my next exercise was RDLs, target muscle is hamstrings, and my hamstrings were already sufficiently warmed up. So I didn't have to warm up. I ended up grabbing the 40 pounders, and when I do RDLs, I focus on driving my heels into the ground to the point that the front of my foot, my toes come off the ground a lot of the time. So, all right. You guys fell over. That's not good. Okay. Technical difficulties. Subject lost. All right, I'm going to have to get a magnet for that side of the card or something. That's the second video in recent memory where y'all have fell over. This time you landed in the seat, which doesn't make sense if you're already sitting there, right? Anyway. So RDLs, I grabbed the 40 pounders and I focused on driving my heels into the ground. We already talked about that. But to the point that the front of my feet were coming off the ground and really feeling the stretch of my hamstrings. Sometimes it can be hard not to engage your glutes when you're doing this. But with enough practice, if you really want to make it happen, that's how you do it. I ended up doing 3 sets of 12, and I was focused in enough that it felt really good in my hamstrings. And the first set, which is the one I recorded, I believe, I supersetted it with some, what do you call this one? Hyperextensions? I don't know. It's in the video. Y'all see it. But that was a little too much for my lower back. It could be something I do in the future. Maybe I'll start with those to get my lower back warm to make my RDLs more effective. I'm not really sure. But hamstrings were complete after that, and we moved on to leg extensions. We're moving on to a new muscle, quads. So we warm up, of course, 2 or 3 sets, doing 6 to 10 reps, just enough to get your quads ready. I think it's sufficient. And I did 3 sets of 12, of course. Here, focusing on the full extension and squeeze. You should feel a deep burn in your quads when you do that. Do it that way, especially towards the end of a set. But yeah, I did 3 sets of 12, and my quads were on fire. So that one was, I don't really see foresee changing that up too much. Because anytime I work out my legs in this order, by the time I get to squats, it feels really good. It feels really warm. I don't feel any kind of tweaks or anything. Because I've had leg workouts where I've started with squats and it's just not for me. Maybe I've been doing retail for too long or I'm getting old. I don't know. But you know, if you can start with squats, good for you. Awesome. You know, you got to try different things, whatever works for you, right? But squats, so it was kind of funny. I did one good hard set of, so I started at 135, it felt okay, and I went to 185. And I did one hard 8-rep set, and I was kind of dramatic with it. And then I look at my camera and it says SD card is full. It didn't even record the set. So I sit there and I delete a bunch of videos and I go do another set. And this set I only do 6 reps. So this is my third set of squats. And I go to my camera and I didn't hit record. I was so mad. I was like, okay, they're not going to believe I did squats if I don't record it. So I did 4 sets. So on my 4th set, I walked around the gym a little bit, caught my breath, had some water, got fired up, and I'm pretty sure I recorded it. I hope I did, and I hope it's playing right now, but I did another set of 8 reps, and it was kind of rough, but because I didn't record, I pushed myself a little harder than I usually do with squats. So blessing in disguise, I guess. So enjoy that set. And then I finished off my legs with some calf raises. I did 4 sets of 15. I did the Smith machine. I didn't warm up my calves. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I don't think you really have to. I mean, I guess that's up to you. But I put 2 plates on the ground. Wasn't really that heavy. It was really focusing on the deep stretch. And after 4 sets of 15, my calves were pretty well gone. So after that, of course, I did my pose down. Pose down looked pretty good from what I could see. And then I did some stretching and I finished with some dead hangs. Overall, it was a pretty long workout, and it's awesome to have something like that. It's cool to have some short ones sometimes as well. But, you know, I was very happy with that leg workout. But man, I really want to be able to do some consistent afternoon lifts because I think that's the way to go. I go in the mornings because I know my day gets pretty crowded. I do it first thing so I won't miss it. But in a perfect world, it would be morning cardio, have breakfast, have lunch, be well hydrated, have a good solid afternoon lift, go home, have a protein-packed dinner, relax. That's about the perfect day for a lifter, if you ask me. But, I mean, it's feeling good right now. And that's what the perfect day for a lifter is for me. Tomorrow will be arm day. I might bust out the tank top. You know what? Let's just bust out the tank top, wear it under my shirt, and have a bodybuilder moment in the gym where I get a pump, get warmed up, then take off the shirt and work out in my tank top. So that's what we'll do. But I hope you guys are having a productive one. Sorry you fell in the seat again. I'm going to have to get another magnet for my camera over there. So let's see if I can get this on the camera. I use this right here. This is a really good magnet. Go on Amazon, get you one if you're looking for a good magnet. Mob Armor, highly recommend that. It's worked pretty well for me. My camera never falls off now. So when y'all fell over there yesterday, I didn't have my magnet on, or whatever day it was, I didn't have my magnet all the way on that. And then today I just had you kind of sitting in the door hoping you wouldn't fall, but you did. But anyway, I'm just yammering along now. I'll see you guys tomorrow for arm day. Have a good one.